Hello, my name is John Smallwood, and today I want to talk about Just Say No, the bondage of drugs. Now, this is basically something that is plaguing our nation. It's drug abuse. There are so many types of drugs, and then there's illegal drugs, and then there's prescription drugs, which can be just as dangerous as the illegal drugs. Some of the illegal drugs, as you know, are one of the most widely used, and in fact I believe is the most widely used, is alcohol. I know a lot of people still think that's all right. And I know a lot of people believe that it's all right to be a drunk. You know, Jesus drank wine. Jesus did this. Jesus drank wine, and everybody else drank wine. Yeah. The Bible says wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. So, and then Habakkuk 2:15 tells you that woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink and putteth the bottle to his mouth. It's just amazing how you got all these verses that say drinking and liquor is wrong, but yet everybody wants to sit around saying Jesus drank it and Jesus made it. It's a complete contradictory to the Scriptures. It's basically a bunch of people looking for some little scapegoat, some loophole to go get drunk. It's what it is. They want to do it. They just want to look for some way to go so they can say, "Yep, there's a stamp of approval for me to go get drunk. The Bible says so. Jesus made wine. The word wine in the Bible means fruit of the vine, it's basically fruit of the vine, which can mean there was unfermented grape juice, just regular grape juice, or it can mean alcoholic wine. It depends on the context. The ones in the negative are the ones it's fermented grape juice, it's fermented wine, or alcoholic wine, or strong drink. Grape juice is just fruit of the vine, or drink. Jesus never used alcoholic wine, and in fact, if you read about his crucifixion, when he was offered strong drink, he was offered some kind of like vinegar with hyssop, or I can't remember everything exactly, but he was offered something like a spice or something, some kind of remedy maybe that helped deaden the pain. But if you look at it, he did not receive it. And according to Proverbs 31, the Jew was allowed under the Jewish law to partake of strong drink at the point of death. You know, it's like you could use it as a sedative, painkiller. So he would have been allowed by the Jewish law to use it, but he did not receive it. You're going to tell me that he wouldn't receive it at the crucifixion, but yet he drank all the rest of the time, but then when it had his worst time of pain, he said, "No, can't take it." Just think about that for a minute. But here's some of the legal drugs. Well, alcohol is not illegal. It's illegal. It's a totally legal drug. It's one of the worst ones. So there's alcohol. Heroin is illegal. Very dangerous. Cocaine and heroin are both very dangerous. PCP. LSDs are extremely dangerous. Cigarettes are dangerous. Reefer, meth, marijuana, and all that garbage. Acid, acid. I don't even know all of them. There's so many of them. And then there's over-the-counter medications and things like that. You know, Lipitor, Nexium, Lunesta, Lyrica, Prilosec, Singulair, Ambien, and even Tylenol, Advil. They can all be just as dangerous. They all have side effects. And they all can be dangerous if you use them at a certain time of your body. Like for instance, if you do this and this and this, it can cause this. You can look at the side effects of most of these medicines, and they can be very bad. They can be very dangerous. If you ever watch TV and seen some of these new medicines, it seems like they're always coming out with some new medicine to fix something. And have you seen some of the side effects they have? Like this will raise your blood pressure, give you chronic stomach problems. It can sexual side effects. It can cause blindness. It can cause liver disease. It can cause heart disease. It can kill you. You could die if you use it. It's just amazing how many severely dangerous side effects some of these medicines can have. And yet people still take them. Use this. It'll take away all your depression. Okay. Use this. It'll make it where you can sleep better. But it might close your throat and you might suffocate and die. It's like, I'd rather just deal with my sleep. I'm having terrible sleep. Whoa. Use this. It'll, I can't even think of all of them. I just can't think of all the medicines. I just can't think of all the medicines. There's so many of them. This will do this and this will do that. There's always so many terrible side effects to them. They're dangerous, and they are dangerous. They can be easily abused. And they have, and by the way, if you think about drugs, both kinds, over-the-counter and regular drugs, and these illegal drugs, and alcohol, even though it's not illegal, it's legal, but it is a drug too. It's destroyed. They've destroyed homes, lives, marriages. They've destroyed people, their jobs. They've destroyed jobs and companies. They've destroyed lives. They've taken lives. People have been murdered. People have been murdered, swindled, harassed, beaten over drugs. And by the way, there's another big thing I want to tell you about. Big old tough, big cool doctors with their little white robes will prescribe you a drug no matter what. They're in it for the money. They may not prescribe you anything. They're in it for the money. You got to remember that. They're not in it to save your life. You know, they're getting paid a lot of money to do it. So they're going to do whatever they can to make sure you go home with some kind of pill, some kind of medicine, some kind of prescription. They'll write you a prescription for something that has nothing to do with what you got, just to give it to you. They won't tell you that you don't need medicine. Most of the time they'll tell you, yeah, you got to take this. Take this. And they'll just force it on you and say, yeah, take it. And then you'll take it, and all of a sudden, bam, you're dead. Or you get sick or something, and then they'll just give you something else. Say, well, yeah, it'll cause that, but here, take this, and it'll fix the problem. And then here, take this to fix the problems, and that pill, those pills they give you. And all of a sudden, you got 20 pills you're taking. And then you're just like, and then you feel like a zombie or something, and they're like, here, take this, and you'll be all right. Doctors are very, very much like the drug pushers on the streets. They're a lot like them. They get a lot of money out of it. They want to push it on you to try to make as much money as possible. And by the way, they'll let you die if you ain't got the money to pay for it. If you actually need some, and when I talk about drugs here, I'm not talking about it's wrong to ever take over kind of drugs, and it's always wrong to go to a doctor. I'm not saying that. Doctors are some gifted people, and they can do a lot of things, and they got their talent from God, because a lot of them do a lot of great operations to help people. But I'm telling you, but I'm just telling you, a lot of them are not in it because they love everybody. They're in it for money, and a lot of doctors will let you die if you do not have the money for something. If you actually walk in a lot of times to a doctor, and you said, I need this operation. Okay, where's your insurance? Oh, I don't have insurance. Maybe I just lost it, or I don't have the money to pay for this operation. Man, they'll let you die. They will not perform the operation. They'll say, well, you gotta get the money. Come on. We'll do it when you get the money for it. It's like, well, I ain't got that kind of money. Well, go make some. Well, I'm dying here. I won't be alive long enough to get the money. Well, then, tough. You need to get some insurance or get somebody else to pay for it or something. They will let you die, literally. Drug abuse and drug pushers and all that mess is dangerous, and they're wicked. Drug abuse will destroy your life. It is a bondage. Drug abuse is a bondage. It's a bondage of sin. It's a bondage of the devil. It's the devil. He's got you tied up. He's got an iron grip on you, and he's holding you. Sin has a hold on you, and it's going to drag you right into hell if you don't repent of it. Drug pushers are walking around. I don't care, both the ones with the white robes and the ones on the streets, walk around holding the drugs, saying, need a high. Okay, give me about 50 grand and you can have this. And the ones in the little white coats are sitting up there saying, I need something. I need a pill for something. I got this. Well, here you go. You need this and this and this. And if it causes side effects, use this and this and this. It's a little bit different, but it's about the same thing. They're in it for the money. They're trying to do whatever they can to make money, so they'll give you anything they can think of. And then once you get messed up on one of them, they'll just give you another one, and just give you another one, give you another one, give you another one. So they're just as crooked as the ones on the streets. But again, think about this. I know some of you are going to say, well, I don't really agree with that. But again, I know there's another thing I don't agree with. That old drug stuff ain't in the Bible. It ain't in the Bible about drug abuse and drug pushers and all that kind of stuff. That's not in the Bible. I'm going to have to disagree with you. Yeah, it is in the Bible. It is in the Bible. The word in the Bible that talks about drug pushers and drug users is the word sorcery. That's the word in the Bible. It's called sorcery. Now, I know when you think about sorcery, you think about magic powers and witches and all that kind of stuff, but it has to deal with magic potions and mind-altering potions and things like that. That's what it has to deal with. So you can see that. And it has a little bit to do with it. It has to do with drugs, things like that. It has something to do. It has other meanings, which it talks about, using spells and stuff. But it also has to do with mind-altering chemicals, mind-altering potions, and drugs. I'll continue this in part 2.